first time ever.
Warning acts of terror.
We are ready to engage with a two-state solution.
Some of his most senior cabinet members.
Advise us what our new economic is.
The Arab world stands firm in Doha against Israel's bold strike. Imagine a room full of leaders from across the Arab and Muslim world, kings, president, and prime ministers gathered under one roof. Now, their face stern, voice rising in unison. This is not just a meeting, it's a wake up call. On September 15th, 2025, in Doha, Qatar, an emergency summit brought together nearly 60 nations from the Arab League and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC). What's the spark? Israel's shocking airstrike on Qatar's capital just days after, on September 9th. Now, that attack killed 6 people, including 5 Hamas members and Qatari security officer, right in the heart of a city hosting secret talks for Gaza's ceasefire. It felt like a slap to the entire region's face, a violation of Qatar's sovereignty that no one saw coming. Why does this story grip us? It's a classic tale of the underdog fighting back. For years, the Arab world has watched Israel's action in Gaza with growing fury. Over 65,000 Palestinians killed in 2-year war, homes demolished, and now strikes spilling into neutral ground like Doha. Now, this summit was not about quiet diplomacy, it was a roar of solidarity. Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani called the attack blatant, treacherous, and cowardly, vowing to defend his nation's soil by any means allowed under international law. Turkey's president also labeled it banditry and pushed for economic boycotts that have worked before. Even Iran's president urged Muslim nations to cut all ties with Israel, framing it as a fight for shared values. Leaders posed for family photos, exchanged gifts like Erdogan calligraphy of success comes from Allah, and issued a final communique slamming Israel for sabotaging peace efforts. The UN Security Council has already condemned the strike unanimously, adding global weight to their words. But let's peel back the layers. This narrative is not just feel good unity, it's a high stakes chess game. First, the emotional hook, vulnerability exposed. Qatar, a tiny Gulf powerhouse and United States ally, hosting America's largest Middle East airbase. Though it was safe as a mediator, Israel's strike shattered that illusion, sending a chill through the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC). Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed also rushed to Doha, signaling that an attack on one is an attack on all. The GCC activated its Joint Defense Pact for the first time in years, a move that whispers, "We are done playing nice." This taps into our love of stories of unlikely allies banding together, like in the movies where rivals unite against a common bully. Second, the analysis unities limit the hidden cracks. On the surface, it's inspiring. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif proposed an Arab Islamic task force, and Egypt's president warned that the strike threatens years of hard-won diplomatic ties. Now, the communique called for reviewing economic links with Israel, legal action, and even suspending Israel's UN membership. Yet, dig deeper, and it's clear that this is more bark than bite. No one committed to specifics like cutting oil exports or closing embassies. Why? Many Gulf rely on United States security guarantees and the Abraham Accords, normalization deals with Israel, and still on the table for some like Saudi Arabia. So the UAE called West Bank annexation a red line, but they are not ripping up details or deals yet. Critics on social media called it rhetoric without action, pointing to how the summit pressured Yemen's Houthis to stop Red Sea attacks on Israel-linked ships only for the Houthis to refuse. It's a narrative of fragile solidarity, powerful words to rally the public at home, but cautious steps to avoid real war or economic fallout. Now, what makes this engaging? It's raw human drama, anger boiling over after Gaza's endless suffering, mixed with real politics where leaders balance fury with survival. So the strike was not just about Hamas, it was Israel flexing, saying, no safe spaces for our enemies. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio jetted to Israel amid the summit, pushing for restraint, while Trump promised Qatar it won't happen again. But trust is broken. This could also spark a regional transformation since October 7, 2023, rethinking United States alliances and normalization dreams. So in the end, Doha's story hooks us because it's unfinished. Will this spark boycotts that hit Israel's wallet or fade into more summit? It's a reminder. True unity is not just speeches, it's the risk of standing tall when the bombs fall. The Arab world showed up in Doha, fists clenched. Now the world watches it. They will swing. That's all from my side in this video, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.